GSL.
Welcome back to the GSL Code A. We are still in our best of three, our first best of three of our second set here today. And currently, Hero is down a game. We are going to go straight into game number 2. The game, in fact, is already up and loaded. They're in it right now.
Yeah, and here we have the two of them. MMA to the right, he is in the lead right now. On the last map in Tumbel, Hero was not able to beat his opponent. He went for a proxy robotics with the Warp Prism, but it wasn't successful. And now we're jumping into game number 2 between MMA and Hero.
Let's go!
Game number 2 is Cloud Kingdom, and we currently see to the top right our Protoss player in the red down a game. Hero needs a win here if he wants to beat his opponent. This is starting for Team Liquid, the one and only
Liquid Hero.
a huge fan favorite.
Yeah.
And now he needs to edge out a win if he wants to force a third map. He went for a very, very nice strategy, but MMA, this guy, he anticipated what was going on, and he was sneaking in a ninja expansion at the top right of the map that secured him the win in the end. To the bottom left, in the blue, starts the channel player for the Slayers team. It is
Slayers MMA.
and he starts things off with a double barracks.
Yeah, 2 Rex indeed. One of them a Maka barracks. And Hero scouted here. He saw there was not a fast command center, and he made his gateway. He looked like he was considering going for a Nexus first. Made his gate and his gas, though, based on what he's seen here. Now he's in the second barracks as well. Made his gateway before this. Interestingly enough, with his gateway timing, did not take a second. Wow, he didn't take a second gas like I expect him to do the Naniwa, 2 probes and 2 gases, but he's taken a second gateway before core. This is really unusual.
It indeed is, and we have him scouting his opponent early on, so he knows exactly what's going on. He even tried to take down the SCV that was building the second barracks, but the shifting pattern of the working SCV made it impossible for him because it snuck to the back, so he could not use this. And now we have suddenly an SCV from MMA in Hero Space, and he's scouting what's going on. He sees exactly what you just pointed out, the double gateway before the cybernetics go.
And what this is going to allow him to do is get Zealots out faster. It may be that he feels like this is going to be some sort of supply drop all in, so he wants to be able to have those Zealots out against an SCV pull. And this is going to mean that when he gets these 2 Zealots out, he'll be able to have 2 gateways up running to make 2 Stalkers afterwards. So he's going to have 2 Zealots and 2 Stalkers, and that's a lot of... You can do a lot with that. You can defend almost anything, you can make a Nexus, and also you can put pressure on your opponent quite simply as well. And there is Jinro coming, hanging out. He doesn't even know that we're watching him right now.
No, he doesn't. He's watching his teammate play, and, well, he currently has to be afraid that a Hero is being knocked out with O2 in this game. But, well, we currently see him with a lot of chrono boosts, by the way. Hero did not spend any energy to chrono boost his economy. Now he edges out the warp. The warp gate technology.
Yeah, I expect him to chrono boost his Colossi, his Stalkers. Well, that's not something he's chosen to do here. He's not even chrono boosting his Sentry. This is interesting. He may just add 2 more gateways and go for some sort of push. This is not your normal build by any means. He's not making any additional units. He's just sticking with these. Looks like he's just going to get a faster Nexus. And as a result, he doesn't want to chrono boost his gateways. Okay, so I get it. He doesn't want to chrono boost his gateways because he's not going to make anything, so there's no benefit to getting those units out faster.
But he's not chrono boosting his economy either. He's currently at a harvest account of 23 to 21, which is not really typical for Protoss versus Terran, especially with the second command center now being up. So Hero is already falling behind a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to have his Warp Gate research done
there
really
it
quick.
is, the chrono boost finally on the economy,
Yeah.
using this energy. I feel he has been really scared here that there was some kind of huge attack coming his way.
Yeah, it's as if he was very concerned that there was going to be some sort of SCV pull against him. This is something that's become really popular these days. Even off of 2 command centers, you see it quite often. Usually it occurs against someone who goes Nexus first and takes a really risky expansive. Hero was just kind of making sure he wasn't cutting any corners. He's now getting his robotics facility up, and I think that the build that we've seen from Hero is definitely a cautious one. Now that his Warp Gate research is done, he Chrono Boosted a lot. Oh, he's not being careful about this Stalker. That's one big oversight.
Yeah, it definitely is. If you lose the Stalker early on, it usually indicates trouble. It is really annoying to you. With the Stalker, it can always poke a little bit. MMA playing really cautious as well, by the way. He has those double bunkers, but now the Marines are the bigger story, trying to take down the Sentry. Nice force fields here by Hero. The Sentry is on the run, and MMA retreating with his Marines. But at least baiting out some force fields here. Hero could not do too much with those.
Yeah, and when he lost his Stalker, I wanted to note this, Hero had a forward pylon going up to put some pressure on with his 2 gateways, just warping some units force and SCV repair. But when he lost his Stalker, he canceled it. He was like, nope, without that Stalker, I can't make this work.
Especially with those double bunkers,
Yeah.
it's really hard for him to pull it off. As soon as MMA sees that there's something going on, he would have added another one. Right now, the factory already on its way. We have Stim being researched, +1 attack. And MMA is looking great here with the same harvester count as his opponent and 2 additional mules available. He's in a great economical position. I don't know. For Hero, this is going to get tough.
I would say that losing the Stalker and not using as many Chrono Energy on probes as he could have without attacking, because the Warp Prism timing he hit didn't really help him too much here. It's going to be a minor setback for him. But another concern is the medevac timing here from MMA is very aggressive. He's going to hit that 2 medevac timing with +1 and just a few Marauders, mostly
he
Marines.
sees the observer, doesn't he? He doesn't have the scan energy, I think.
He also only had 1 Marine nearby, so he couldn't have killed it anyways. I think he's trying to force it out by chasing it.
He had the 4 on the low ground, but there was no energy for his scan, so he can't take down the Observer. But he knows it's there, and he's following the Observer closely, as you could see. The Marines chase it out of the main base. Oh no, actually, he might actually be able to pick it off. There it is, and that's the scan. Bye-bye, Observer.
Not only does he take out the Observer, but then he makes a 3rd Command Center. Now this timing that he's going to hit is he may wait for combat shields and go a little bit later than he could potentially go, or he might just go now. He seems to be being a little bit passive here as he's getting that 3rd Command Center.
But I actually like this. If you think about what Hero scouted the main base just now, so he knows what's going on. The Observer gets taken out, and this is the timing that MMA uses in order to build his command center. You might suspect it, but you don't really know if he's going straight for it. But now the 2nd Observer already knows that all these Marines are on the move.
Yeah, he's doing such a great job with his map control. He has observers everywhere. He's got Zealots, probes, pylons. He had the watchtower. He had both watchtowers. Hero is aware of this from like 6 different points of vision that this attack is coming, and now he's going to prepare. He's setting up. He's got a lot of sentries, and sentries are not that useful without more backup. He only has 2 zealots in his main army.
MMA once again with a ninja expansion to the bottom right, but this time it's scouted, it's spotted. The pylon that MMA placed down earlier to the bottom right has already vision, and of course Hero knows, but MMA is taking down the pylon now.
Yep, he knows as well. This is a game where everybody is very aware. Ooh, Dark Shrine coming down. This is rare these days, to use the Dark Shrine for drop defense while being aggressive and trying to harass. And with it, your opponent's trying to hide an expansion at the bottom right, like we see Hero doing here. It's pretty common to try to harass with Zealots, but Dark Templar are even scarier than Zealots. That requires scans, turrets, all sorts of defensive setups. Oftentimes even a bunker is required.
MMA should be fine here with the amount of scans that he has, though. With the 3, nearly 4 orbitals, he's in a decent position to hold this off.
Yeah, I think he's only going to use the DTs at that base, or he's going to use them for drop defense. And when you're dropping and you have to use a scan every time you drop to attack your opponent's base, it just does not become very efficient. So that may be something he wants to deter as well. Love the observer placements by Hero, having them everywhere here. He's going to spot the normal 3rd of MMA right now coming down. So he's actually going to be freaking out a little bit right now, going, wow, he's got 4 command centers up. My 3rd Nexus is only a 1/3 of the way done right now.
Hero is currently in a really good position when it comes down to his scouting. He's doing a very good job here. On the other hand, he's now skipping on the Colossi. He goes straight for the Temple Archives. He wants to have Storm in the composition. His +2 armor upgrade is about to finish, whereas MMA is heading straight into the Ghost Tech. His Ghost Academy just finished, even a little bit faster than the Temple Archive. Some stray Marines on the map being taken out by the Stalkers. And now, as you pointed out, Wolf, we have the 4 command centers, the 4 orbitals, Möbius Reactor, and everything is on its way. MMA with a slight supply lead, a great position regarding his harvester count and his income. And of course now he needs to be able to defend against the DTs. The Dark Shrine is ready.
Actually,
but we haven't seen any.
He scanned and saw the Dark Shrine, and Hero cancelled it.
Oh, he actually cancelled it?
Yeah.
I thought he completed. Okay.
I thought it did as well. I just verified that, and he cancelled it, and it was spotted with a scan. So MMA actually saw it, and as a result made turrets everywhere, and then Hero just cancelled it. So he forced the turrets. He lost some resources temporarily, and he lost a little bit in the cancel. But at the end of the day, it was okay for both players. Now MMA is very prepared for any sort of Unity may encounter later on. Even made a sensor tower. 2 Stalkers are going to go and harass the base at the bottom right, and that's all that he's sending.
That's all that he needs. Immediately the command center, the orbital is being lifted off and flying to safety. But now we have additional barracks. We have Mirwitz Reactor, Ghost, +2 attack finishing, whereas Hero just started his attack upgrades. A great tech here for MMA, who now tries to take his 4th base. And, well, he is not ahead in economy at this point, but his tech is looking really good with all the ghosts on the map. He has 2 ghosts against 5 High Templars, but he's getting additional ones as we speak. That's getting scary for Hero. Supply-wise, they are dead even, though.
Yeah, they're dead even in supply. The economy, though, for MMA is about to get out of control because he wasn't really using that orbital at the bottom right. Now he's moved it to a safer location as he knows it's been spotted. He's just mining mules there. He's going to increase his SCV count. He's got a lot of extra scans, which he's been using.
Viking production as soon as Hero actually builds the base. So the Viking, the first Colossus will be out when Hero has, MMA has about 6, 7, 8 Vikings.
Yeah. So he's actually just great timings here by MMA all around.
Oh, at the bottom right, though, nearly the Snipe on the orbital. Yeah, but he now has to move and defend his base as here comes MMA moving in with a few units. Stimmick trying to chase down the Templars, and he will get every single one of them.
Yeah, he did not have Storm, or he had Storm, but he did not have enough energy yet. He's not going for the Nexus. Now he is, and he needs to target it. I think he's going to get it. Oh, he certainly will.
Too much DPS. Way too much DPS.
+2 on these bio units, and even though Hero gets back and traps some of these units, he loses his Nexus, doesn't kill much at all.
At the same time, we have a few Zealots trying to go for a run by to the 3rd base of MMA, but the Terran player is ready, chases him off, and now a very dire situation for Hero, who is on 2 mining bases against 3. And the 4th orbital, is it still alive? I think he took it out, didn't he?
I thought it survived, but I'm looking around, I can't find it. I guess that died and missed it, but I can't find any trace of it, so it looks like it was taken out. So that's a small victory there for Hero. But the problem is, yeah, he took out the 4th base, but the 3rd base still remains, whereas Hero has no 3rd base. He has Storm, but he has few Templar. He lost most of them. That was a decent Storm.
Decent Storm indeed. The scan on the high gun trying to make this vision work and chasing Hero back. Hero is behind supply by just the tiniest of margins. At the same time, though, more ghosts are coming into play now. And here comes MMA chasing his opponent back.
Sick targeting on those ghosts, having blink shift queued after he right-click shift queued blink back after the ghost. As soon as the ghost dies, the stalkers blink back. Targeting down a few ghosts like that was really, really important for Hero. The ghost count now down to 3, with a few more coming out, 3 more additional ones. He just got a 4th, so he's going to go up to 7 in total. But, you know, just little things like this is what's going to allow Hero to get back into this game. He's double expanding now, remaking his 3rd base as well as getting a 4th. And like you said, the supplies are still even. So he can manage to defend and hold this base if he's in the right spot. But right now, he is in the wrong spot as his opponent is attacking his natural. He may lose the robotic support bay. No. The Colossus positioning being where it was coincidentally pushes him back.
MMA moving back now, getting more Vikings, more Ghosts. Of course, Hero with all this additional attack that would help him so much against this Terran army. Charge in order to keep the Terrans, Marines, and Marauders at bay. And we have the extended thermal lance. This is getting really scary, especially since Hero is now also in possession of 4 bases. MMA just trying to rebuild the 4th, and he's even going for nukes here.
Yeah, 1 nuke in production right now, and that's going to be really useful later on, not only for harassment, but for positioning. Nice scans. I love that MMA is not afraid to scan for positioning, because that is so important in this matchup, if not the most important thing next to upgrades and army size.
And talking about the army size, we have 136 against 123 army supply at this point in time. And of course, once again, a few Marauders is chasing down Templars here, so important. Yeah. And he's following it up with the rest of his army. Here comes the blink by Hero, trying to get in position, make him at least delay the attack of his opponent. But now the Colossus is a little bit exposed, the robotic spray is gone. And MMA is moving in, is trying to snipe another army. Here comes
so many cloak
ghosts.
Where are the observers? I don't see any, Caldor. This is looking really bad for Hero. Supply is dropping like crazy, and as is the hit points of the Nexus.
He's losing his natural, and MMA is moving up the ramp. He's in the main base now, takes down the robotic Spain. No more Colossi for Hero at this point, and even the gates are falling apart while MMA is rebuilding his army. Hero already down to 100 supply. Oh my god.
He has no observer. Well, he's got one observer active right now, but it's not where it needs to be.
And MMA is chasing him down.
This looks like the end for Hero, man, in this best of 3.
Hero is about to lose this match against MMA with 2-0. The Slayer's Terran proves to be too strong today.
GG! MMA proves the doubters wrong today, man. A pretty quick 2-0.
He doesn't even seem happy about the win. He's just like, well...
Well, the question is who's coming in. The answer is Sella. And, you know...
He looks a little bit sad, actually.
Yeah, well, I mean...
And so does Hero.
He really does. Losing here, a tough loss to Bear, but MMA just played better than him, to be honest. MMA looking strong today.
I have to say, though, that probably the schedule that he currently has is affecting Hero quite a bit as well. If you travel this much and you just came back from an event in the US, then you travel back to Korea, which is always a little bit hard, and then you know already, okay, I have to go to MLG now. So this is very stressful. Yeah. This might not enable him to play on top of his game. He actually looked really good on the first game. He just never scouted his third base, but now he lost the series with 2-0, and this...
I know. I mean, the schedule is tough, and I like that you mentioned that he knows he's going to travel, because that is actually mentally wearing on you, because you have very limited time in your home country. You know, if you want to see friends or family or even practice at the team house, you know you have a limited amount of time. You have to use it really wisely, and that's stressful in itself. And just that stress, it amounts. Then you get stressed out about you have to perform well at this next event, and you have to be on an airplane for 14, 15 hours. Plus, you know, transfer times and anything else, plus the travel time on the train. And then when you get there, then you have to come back and do it all over again. I mean, it is stressful. It really starts to build up.
Yeah, it indeed does, and this might have been one of the problems today. In the end, whatever it was, he loses. Hero loses to MMA. MMA takes the game and is advancing to the third round. And of course, we are heading into our next match in just a few minutes. We're having a quick break, and then we are back with the Code A round of 2 here at the GSL.
무슈제의 GSL 부산 결승 트로피의 주인공을 만나러 갑니다. 부산에서 만나요. 남자의 시작 무슈제이한 GSL